Hi, I'm Susan Swan, registered nurse for over 40 years and a certified Pilates teacher. I've been teaching for decades. I have the best on-the-go pain relief system in the world, and I've made it all free for you and placed it on YouTube. I don't want your name, I don't want your email. I just want you to be well and home in your own body. Check my content and subscribe. I'm very excited to talk to you today about this reformer. I'm in love with this reformer. It's a balanced body clinical reformer. And I have my notes here so I don't forget to tell you all the specific details that I really enjoy. I'm going to be covering the pros, the cons, and of course the price. And right off the top, I want you to know that I am not sponsored by Balanced Body. I love this reformer. We have it in our studio, and I want to show you all the ways that it can make a big difference for your studio if that's a way you want to go. First off, we're going to say that 2021 is the year of upgrades, and this reformer is clearly an upgrade. It's just that. So let's just begin with the pros. First, it's a professional reformer. Perfect for the studio whose clients are a wide range of fitness needs, from the very beginner who knows nothing of the work to the person who's just been recently released from their orthopod following surgery or injury, to the peak athlete who wants to just shave that microsecond off their race or a few strokes off their game, and everything in between. This reformer tailors itself for the client, not the other way around. How does it do that? Well, let's take a look. First, it's beautiful. A work of art in and of itself, solidly built of rock maple, and all of the fittings are beautifully sculptured and machined for repeated and trustworthy use. The overall size of the reformer is the largest in the industry, accommodating even our tallest clients. Each feature of this reformer is remarkable in its functionality, its application, its adaptability, and its ability to truly transform clients' movement and their movement awareness, which clearly, that's what Pilates does. Let's begin with the aptly named Infinity Footbar. It travels the entire length of the reformer. It can be used at either end and anywhere in between. The array of movement pieces that will be facilitated are truly infinite. The locking mechanism is easy to use, either standing alongside the reformer or seated inside the machine. Simply twist the mechanism, glide it to the position that you're wanting to use, return the pegs, and it snaps right into position, locked and secure. Joseph Pilates was a genius of the physics of movement. Physics is about angles and lines of force. The Infinity Footbar offers more angles, actually 5 positions, to optimize the client's movement and certainly to increase the benefit that they receive from that movement. Again, the adjustment is super easy. You just squeeze the spring-loaded handles, adjust to the position that you want, the angle that's absolutely optimum, release, locked in. Again, solid and secure. It seriously could not be easier. Again, clients can easily be shown how to do this independently, allowing this reformer to be used in a group setting, and not just clearly it has been used previously, and that was in a clinic or a hospital. Now let's go to the resistance springs. Resistance springs are quintessential to Pilates machines. This reformer has a Revo spring bar system, allowing more springs and more alterations of those springs. So we have greater tensile strength demonstrated by the different colors. And then we can also move to that button setting that gives us the loaded or half loaded position. The ability to move this fully load, complete with all of the springs, is simple by just picking the lever up, adjusting it to the position that you want, releasing, and you're good to go. Previously, we had to take all the springs off, manually move the foot bar, put the springs back on, and it was really disruptive to the flow, particularly of a group class. So no more, just easy breezy. There you go. The ability, and this is really monumental, to adjust the foot bar and the spring bar to accommodate a person's height is just revolutionary. So a person 6'4" or someone 4'3" can get the same benefit from this reformer consistently. And even in a group, you could have the 6'4" person and the 4'3" in this very same group, both receiving maximum benefit. So now I want to move on to the carriage itself. The carriage is wider and longer, so the additional width gives that a particular feedback of placement when working in a supine position. The extra length allows even a tall client to perform a roll-up and not worry about falling into the springs. That will disrupt form for sure. The material is beautifully upholstered. It has a density that gives that extra bit of tactile feedback. And the Reformer clearly is a machine for feedback, and that's why it has sustained all of these generations, totally consistent with Joseph Pilates' point of view. Another feature of this carriage is that it silently moves along the track. No more, little warble or skip or twang that can be really distracting and disrupting to your sessions. The shoulder rests are completely removable. That too is just super easy. You just twist the handle, move the shoulder block out of the eye hook, and remove. Headrest has 3 positions rather than 2. It has fully down position, an up position, and then the fully up position. This can also be done easily by the client themselves or the teacher standing alongside. All right, let's move on to the straps. These are really phenomenal. They're actually a 2-loop strap, soft, very easy on the hands, very easy on the feet. They really also allow the strap to slide right over the thigh, giving another whole level of legs in this strap movement that was not possible with our previous Reformer. Very easy from the declip to just put a handle on for use for the seated box work. Easy breezy, no problem whatsoever. Next, I want to move on to the risers and the pulleys. Now, just as we were talking about earlier about lines of force and the physics of movement, we can easily move the riser up and down to fit the client's proportion, so they get exactly the right line of force on their shoulders when doing complicated or even simple arm work. All right, just to adjust this is super easy. You pull the pin out, make your adjustments, slide the pin back in, and you're ready to go. Now take a look at this pulley. It is so cool. Look, it can turn a full 90 degrees. So then when you're working with seated box work, shoulder work, all of that, you have exactly the right angle, giving the best feedback possible for the client to really know how to use their shoulders correctly in movement. All right, now we're gonna move on to the other end, back to the foot end of the Reformer. So we've got really lovely additions here, first with the standing platform. I'm going to show you how easy it is to adjust this platform. First, we're going to put it in and take it out. So the platform just fits in with this lovely fin that slides right into the locking mechanism, and then just very easy to turn, ergonomically appropriate knobs to tighten that into position. Now, when clients are standing on that platform, they have a wider base of support. They feel much safer to do rather complicated abduction, adduction kind of movement pieces, but it also opens up to be doing things in turnout and also parallel positions. With the narrow platform, we just really couldn't get that done. All right, and again, to just remove this is just that simple. Untwist, slip out, you're good to go. So the very next thing is this safety strap. So the safety strap is, again, the same soft material that we're finding with the hand strap. So it's soft, it's not gonna bother the tops of people's feet. The new mechanism gives just that extra little bit of give that people's feet aren't smashed down, so they can really use the foot strap to invest their energy in ways for safety, as opposed to how do I get my foot out from under this horrible thing and when will this movement piece be over. I couldn't be more delighted to talk to you about the jump board. The jump board opens a host, almost a full movement syllabus all by itself for the entire array of our clientele, from the very beginners, people in rehab, just coming off rehab, peak athletes, and certainly the full-on ballerina. Jump board mechanism is so easy, just like everything with this reformer, to put together. So head to toe, the clinical reformer is an upgrade. It gives an infinite number of movement pieces, possibilities. It gives fabulous feedback. It promotes greater skills. It tailors to the needs of the client and not the other way around. I'm going to take a moment and have a great big shout out to Balanced Body. As I said, I'm not sponsored by them in any way. When I ordered the equipment in early November, they told me that it would be shipping to me by December 17th. And you know what? That's exactly what happened. It came beautifully boxed. There was not a single mar or scratch or difficulty in any way. The video that was given to us to put everything together was just spot on, super easy, totally friction-free. I mean, it really was the high point of 2020 for me and for the studio. All right, so to sum it all up, I love this reformer, and I love what it's going to be able to do for our clients. This is a professional's reformer. It's really designed for the teacher who really understands the physics of movement. So for a teacher with lesser training or lesser experience, it really could be overwhelming. There are three main cons. The first is that this is a professional's reformer. The second, this is a big piece of equipment. It's going to stay where you put it. And number three, it's really not for home use. It's more than you need. We'll be looking at other reformers that may be more suitable for that in reviews that you'll be seeing in the future. You can expect to pay between $3,000 and $5,000 for a reformer suitable for studio use. The Balanced Body Clinical Reformer comes in just under $5,000. I wholeheartedly recommend this reformer. I'm in love with it. I'm Susan Swan, a registered nurse for over 40 years, been teaching Pilates for decades. I have the best on-the-go pain relief system in the world. I've made it all for you, free, and placed it on YouTube. I don't want your name, I don't want your email. I just want you to be well and at home in your own body. Check out my content and subscribe.